well. How did it feel to finally get out there and play against somebody other than yourselves the other night?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I love the group that we have, and just being able to get out there, all being on the same team. After working as hard as we have since June was an amazing experience, and I'm super excited for this year. As a result.
What do you learn about yourselves from, especially maybe not even the night of, but I imagine there's some film study maybe going on afterward. What do you learn kind of in the whole week there?
Yeah, I think we're in a great spot for the way that Coach Pope wants us to play, but he always talks about why we're different than other teams, and so when you're watching the film, to be able to really emphasize the things that we do in making the game look like we want it to look. So there's a couple of little things like finishing our cuts and making sure we're sprinting as hard as we can for every minute that we're out there, and that's why we're different than a lot of teams. I think it is some little things like that we're able to learn and really take away, especially from diving deep into the film.
You mentioned the cutting. Can you kind of explain the importance of cutting to this team and this offense, and especially this group of personnel?
Yeah, it's like Coach always meant. It's what makes us different. The pace we have. Obviously in transition is one thing, but for us this year, we need to win games in the half court, and the best way to be able to do that is by cutting as hard as you possibly can. We always talk about in practice is like cut harder than you can, and see what happens. Cut as hard as you possibly can, and that's gonna get either you open or create a shot for someone else by getting two people to help on you or something like that in the defense. And it really helps, the bigs who are out there at the three-point line trying to read the defense and things. If he doesn't know whether you're going to finish your cut or not, he's like, I don't know if I want to throw it or not. But if we always finish our cuts, we give the big the trust to throw the passes and things like that as well.
Does that kind of lend itself to your skill set, especially?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's talked about Amari, they talked about Brandon being a skill passer, but you obviously are too,
yeah.
and I imagine opens you up for some looks too.
Yeah, definitely. I think defenses are going to try a million different ways to guard us this year, so we need to keep that as our fundamental. What that's something that we do, and I think that'll help us grow our offense. And for me, being able to be the cutter, but also being able to be the ball handler too, is really an awesome experience. I'm a big target for those guys, so I'm super excited to be able to do that.
When you went back and watched the film, was there anything that really surprised you or stood out that maybe you didn't see in real time that you saw in the film later after?
I would say maybe a little bit on our defensive side. I thought we did a really good job of being in the gaps and helping our teammates out. I think that they were definitely, an action-driven team, but when they did put the ball on the floor, I felt like, the team defense, we did a great job of, trying to be there for being there for our teammate in the gaps and, getting some steals.
Pope talked about the gaps a lot as well after the post-game press. Is that a big philosophy behind his defense, is filling those gaps?
Yeah, so I think, the thing for us is being, you want to be as much as you possibly can in the gaps, but as much as you can to be there on the catch. So we always talk about being there on the catch, and so, it's going to be different for each guy and different for who you're guarding, but the general rule is, you want to help as much as you possibly can, as long as, you can guarantee that you're going to be there on the catch.
Does that take a while with all new teammates? Is that one of those things that takes a while to kind of get on the same page about?
Yeah, I think so. Especially, you get such in a rhythm of guarding one person, that's at your position or whatever it is all summer into the fall. So that's kind of where the preparation and the scouting and like things like that kind of comes into play. So I'm really excited for that part, to see how well as a team, we can really translate what we wanted to do in the film sessions to the court.
Where was somewhere that Pope wanted to see improvement this week?
I kind of just mentioned it, but he talked about our cutting and making sure we do everything as fast as we possibly can. Not that it wasn't great, but I think for us to be able to get and accomplish the things that we want to this year, that every single rep and every single game has to be as hard as you can. Yeah.
But you obviously didn't play a ton in the second half. Was everything going on okay there health-wise?
Yes.
Or was it just different looks that he wanted to see?
No, yeah, everything is going well. So, yeah.
Is that going to be, do you think, especially in a 50, 60-point game, I don't know how many of those there's going to be, but do you think that's going to be something that's, at least over these next few weeks, him getting different looks at different lineups and combinations?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, I don't, want to speak for whatever Coach Pope wants to do, but I think it will be really cool just because of how much depth we have as a team, and he really does have the ability to go to a bunch of different looks, and Kerr wasn't even out there, and so I'm really excited to be able to kind of feel out the different lineups that Coach Pope could go to, and I'm sure he is as well. So.
Sorry if you've already been asked this, but just game one, trying to play that fast-paced style, push the ball in the front court, shooting really quick early in the shot clock. How do you feel that? How do you feel like you did that, and the team just kind of adjusting to that new style first time against an outside opponent?
Yeah, I thought it was awesome. I think we always emphasize our pace, and I think we did a really great job trying to get out in transition. I think we had over 40 transition opportunities or something like that, which is really high for a game. So, we were super excited about our pace, and it's a fun way to play, and especially with all these guys that they're embracing it and want to play like that as well. So it was a lot of fun to be able to play with them.
I know Coach Pope has certain benchmarks. Everyone's talking about the 35 3-pointers in a game, but is there a transition point or transition opportunity benchmarks that he sets?
Yeah, I mean, don't quote me. I don't know. I forget exactly what it is. I think it's 32 is our goal every game. I'm not sure exactly. Coach Pope's probably gonna be mad getting all these questions about transition opportunities after this, but I think that's I think if I remember correctly, that's our number. So.
You guys have one more exhibition game.
Yeah.
They start to count towards your record. So what do you hope to see from yourself and as a team on film after this last one?
Yeah, I think it's just going in and trying to improve every single day. I think we are a new group, and every day we're continuing to grow. So tomorrow is just another opportunity for us, and I'm just really excited to get to play against the best Division II team you possibly can for an exhibition game. So they're bringing back some good talented players, and a little bit different style than Kentucky Wesleyan as well. So for us, it'll be a great test, and we're super excited to get out there and play again.
Can you go in depth a little bit more on what you've seen from the opponent on film?
Yeah, I think they're a little bit more less reliant on their actions and their offense, and have some really talented players who might be able to take you off the bounce a little bit more and things like that. So just a different kind of style for them, and so for us it's great. We'll be able to play against two different teams, be able to play defense a little bit differently, both games, and so really get to kind of test ourselves and do something different, and be able to learn how to act, react, and respond like Coach always talks about. So.
You mentioned Kerr not being out there for the first. From what you've seen this summer, fall, what does he bring to this team that maybe others don't, especially on the offensive end?
Yeah, he's amazing. Especially the most notable thing you'll probably see is just how fast he plays. he gets the ball out in transition. He's yelling at the 5 man to take it out of bounds. He's yelling at us to outlet it to him and let's go, let's go, let's go. So, you know, he's really, really taken exactly what Coach Pope has said and doing it to his max, over his max ability, to try to push the pace as fast as possible. And then, you know, just offensively, the way he, you know, runs the pick and roll, able to manipulate the defense is also really special. So he adds just another layer to our team, and he's going to be a really important part of the team this year.
Going back to the pace, thanks. Going back to the pace, I know you guys had all summer to work on it, but Lamont played in one of the slower offenses in the country last year, and he looked so comfortable in the first game. Just how impressive is it that he's seemed to pick it up so quickly?
Yes, very, very impressive. You know, I had to go through another adjustment, and we tried to play relatively similar, so it was, I can only imagine what it would be like if you walk the ball up the court every single time, to now trying to play as fast as you possibly can, you know. But no, Lamont's done an awesome job for us. He's a great leader in the team, and you know, we continue to go as he does, and you know, he's just an awesome teammate and has done a really great job adjusting to it.
Andrew, was there anything that was maybe surprising from that first exhibition, whether it be playing it rough for the first time, maybe a guy on the team you didn't expect to play so well?
I didn't expect Walker Horn to play as well as he did. He made a great KDA, and then off the baseline got a nice assist. But no, I think for me the biggest difference was in the exhibition game, the fans coming out, almost 20,000 people. I think you know, I wasn't really expecting that necessarily, just because I've been a part of a lot of exhibition games, and usually, and rightfully so, a lot of people are just watching on TV or something like that. But really impressive and really cool atmosphere that just gets you even more excited for the season. So I would say, you know, if I had to pick one thing, I think the way the fans, you know, came out and really supported even in a game like that. So.
You mentioned some of those atmosphere things. Obviously, Trent and Travis being in-state guys, getting their first chance to wear Kentucky blue at Rep Arena. Can you just speak a bit about both of them, their progression this offseason, and also the ways that you think both those guys can help you guys once the games do start to matter?
Yeah, those guys are awesome. They're awesome teammates, and so, you know, they come ready to go every single day. And as freshmen, that just shows, you know, extreme maturity out of them, and so you know, they've done a really great job of trying to you know, not let their circumstances or anything affect them every single day, and come in just ready to work. And it's very impressive for freshmen who usually, you know, go through a lot of different things. And so you know, on the court and their development, I think, has been, you know, really impressive. You saw the 3-point shooting by both of them, but you know, it's not even just that. They're obviously great 3-point shooters, but they've taken, you know, exactly what Coach Pope wants. And you know, Trent is our best wedge guy. He goes every single time, and you know, does a really great job in practice, just jumping up the intensity and everything like that. And then, you know, obviously Travis has bounced around, played some 1, played some 2 all summer into the fall, and has done a really great job of trying to, you know, coming in as a freshman, trying to be able to be a point guard is definitely a tough position. So I think he's done a really great job of doing exactly what Coach Pope has wanted, and really trying to focus on those things and embrace those things.
Anything different about going through a game day routine at Kentucky under Coach Pope? Says you guys do like 5 minutes of silence just shooting?
Yes. You know, that's what we do at the end of our shoot around for some free throws. Try and you know, get into a good mindset while you're shooting, be able to shoot it. And it's almost a little bit more weird to shoot free throws when it's completely silent than it would be like people yelling at you. So maybe trying to add a little bit of that into it too. But yeah, I think the game day routine for me, I don't really have anything super specific for me. The biggest difference for me was I didn't want to deal with any traffic, so I decided just to stay at Rupp after shoot around instead of going home or something like that. So,
Valid.
yeah.
You going back to Lamont, could you just describe his defensive approach? And I imagine you guys aren't matched up too often in
Right.
practice, but you might get switched on him. What's it like when you find him on you?
Yeah, I mean, no, he's the dog, like crazy. He's an amazing defender. The way he's talked about it too with us, like he just talks about, I don't know exactly, you can ask him about some sort of science with like when you're dribbling and things like that he's thinking about that I would have never even thought about before when he's trying to defend someone. So it's really just special, you know, what he does. It's not just physical ability, it's mental, and you know, he's able to read someone on the ball, off the ball. You know, I think he's the best defender, you know, on ball that I've ever seen for sure. And so he just does a really great job of impacting, you know, what the other team is trying to do. And, you know, if he's not getting a steal on the point guard or whatever it is, it's making someone else bring up the ball and entering into their offense, just trying to disrupt what the other team wants to do. It's really impressive and adds so much value to this team.